Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Naše programy nabízejí více jazyků. Prosím, navštivte suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Birding involves being in nature for long periods of time, which contributes to better mental health. According to a paper called Doses of Neighborhood Nature, published in 2017 in the journal Bioscience, the more birds the respondents saw, the less they were depressed and anxious. Continue watching to find out more.
Honored viewers, I am Andre. If you ever visit Luxembourg, the smiling people would cheerfully say Moin, which means hello in Luxembourgish. The gregarious Luxembourgers wish you a prosperous life founded on noble ideals. Welcome to our program Birding, Connecting Us with Nature, Part 1 of 2. Have you ever had the wonderful experience of being woken up by beautiful bird songs and felt like going out to your backyard to find out what the sweet angels look like? If so, congratulations! You are just one step away from entering the fascinating world of birding. Also known as birdwatching, it is defined as the hobby of studying birds in the wild. It is one of the fastest growing hobbies in North America. The Canadian Nature Survey found Canadians spend more time birding than gardening, and in 2016, over 45 million Americans enjoyed observing wild birds, according to a US government survey. Books documenting wild birds can be traced back to the late 18th century. However, it was still considered strictly a pastime for ornithologists and some very enthusiastic bird lovers, until Roger Torrey Peterson of the United States published the first modern field manual called A Field Guide to the Birds in 1934. This book, which features clear diagrams and illustrations for each bird species, enabled readers to easily identify our winged friends. It inspired many people to become interested in birding. The National Audubon Society is an American bird conservation nonprofit with roots in an organization formed in 1896. During the 20th century and until this day, it has been instrumental in supporting bird protection efforts, publishing birding knowledge and information, and helping the birding community to grow. In the 1960s, flights became affordable for ordinary people, making traveling long distances to watch birds more feasible. This further encouraged birding enthusiasts. Starting in 1969, the American Birding Association ran big year events, which are informal challenges among birders to identify as many bird species as possible in a calendar year within a specified region. The 2011 fictional movie The Big Year is an adaptation of a 2004 book of the same name by Mark Opmasik that relates the true story of the three challengers vying for the 1998 title of the best birder in the world. The film vividly portrays the intense competition involved and shows the participants' gamesmanship, endurance, stamina, and determination. The world big year record is held by Dutch birder Arjan Dwarshuis. In 2016, he observed an incredible 6,852 bird species in 40 different countries. Birding is gaining in popularity for very good reasons. It has many solid benefits for the body, mind and spirit. Getting to and from your birding spot usually includes hiking, which is great cardiovascular exercise. And while doing so, you are breathing in fresh air and soaking up the sun and producing natural vitamin D. Birding also enhances mental alertness and makes one physically engaged, as it takes quick eyes and arm coordination to scan and track our fast-moving feathered friends using binoculars. Birding involves being in nature for long periods of time, which contributes to better mental health. According to a paper called Doses of Neighborhood Nature, published in 2017 in the journal Bioscience, the more birds the respondents saw, the less they were depressed and anxious. Moreover, friendships come naturally in birding, as the activity is usually done in groups. More pairs of eyes and ears working in collaboration improve the chance of sighting birds. Even when you are birding alone, most birders can easily tell whether you are also a bird watcher by your binoculars and perhaps your outfit. You can find pleasure in inviting new friends to bird with you and share birding information and tips. In addition, birding gives you spiritual benefits. Enthusiastic bird watchers are often conservationists, as birding makes you appreciate nature and want to protect birds' habitats and the environment. Hence, your compassion grows. Moreover, birding requires focus and being quiet, similar to meditation. And when you finally see the birds after a long wait, their sheer beauty will catch your heart immediately, and you will concentrate on what's happening at that moment. The head bobbing, the tail flicking, the colorful plumage, their curious hops and heavenly song, as if nothing else exists. Through this meditative birding process, you are connected with the bird and nature. Your consciousness is transformed from bird watching to contemplation, so it develops a Zen peace of mind. For maximum birding enjoyment, here are the essentials to prepare before your outing. The first requirement is a good field guide. For a novice, each bird you encounter is a mystery, and playing detective to solve the case is a core part of birding fun. A field guide describes the unique features of each bird species, the color, size, shape, behavior and song, as well as the differences between males and females, adults and juveniles. Thanks to modern technology, there are many field guide apps to aid in your detective work, and some of them are free. In addition to comprehensive diagrams, illustrations and photos of each bird species, they have several major advantages over their conventional paperback counterparts. If you can snap a photo of a bird you do not recognize and upload it, the app can compare the image to those in its database and tell you its species. Some are capable of playing songs and calls for different bird types. Each bird species has distinct repertoires, and some birds are named after their call. A chickadee's alert call is chick-a-dee-dee-dee. Even if you can't see the bird right away, the app may recognize the winged friend by his or her calls. And there's one more advantage. You have less weight to carry during your trip. The Audubon Bird Guide, covering North American species, and Merlin Bird ID, covering species worldwide, are two popular free field guide apps for beginners. Next, a binocular is the primary piece of birding equipment. It gives you magnified vision to identify the field marks of birds more clearly. However, it is quite challenging to select the birding binocular which suits you best. A binocular with 8 times to 10 times magnification is good for birding, but you have to balance that with other factors such as field of view, image quality, how it feels in your hands, eye comfort, weight and budget. Each birder has unique requirements, so don't buy a binocular model just because your friend has it. Besides, Although binoculars that yield a better image quality are tempting, they are typically more expensive and heavier, so it can be better to skip the ones that are too heavy in your hands or when hung around your neck. Therefore, touch, feel, and test as many models as possible before buying. Birding festivals bring together lots of birders to see migratory birds at prime times and locations, and binocular manufacturer representatives often attend too, so these can be excellent opportunities to try out a variety of binocular models before making your purchase. If you cannot or don't feel like traveling that far, you can simply try birding in your backyard. You may be surprised by how many bird species visit your garden. With a field guide and a binocular, you are set to go. Here are some tips for backyard birders. First, timing. As backyard birds are most active during their foraging times in the early morning and late afternoon, these are the best times to observe them. Second, make your garden more attractive to birds. Just one bird feeder can lure many species of birds, and multiple feeders with different types of food, seeds, fruits, berries, and nectar for hummingbirds or sunbirds work miracles. Bird baths are quite effective as well. You can see wonderful bird actions there. They like to play with water. How they drink, bathe, dry themselves, and preen is joyful to watch. Arranging your garden with some native bird-friendly plants will also increase your backyard's popularity with resident birds as well as migrants. Your garden will serve as a convenience store for them to recharge on their long journey and compensate for their habitat loss. And if your mini bird paradise charms a rare vagrant, a bird that wanders out of its natural range due to bad weather, got off track while migrating, or is an inexperienced juvenile, you will be able to add one precious tick to your list of bird species which you have seen. Please join us again on Saturday, February 27th for Birding, Connecting Us with Nature, Part 2 of 2, where we will cover such interesting topics as birding etiquette. Thank you, elegant viewers. It has been a delight to have your company for our program. Up next is Gatherings of Love, Part 4 of 5 on Between Master and Disciples, right after noteworthy news. May God bless you with spiritual upliftment and a healthy body.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/HL.